Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. Tell me, what do you make of Al Zawahiri's killing?
Well, I mean, it just continues on a recent spate of successes by the US government against terrorist targets. We saw the Emir of Islamic State and another senior member of Islamic State killed in northern Syria over the past few months, and now a much bigger target, the Emir of Al-qaeda. The most surprising thing, obviously, is the fact that the strike was carried out in the middle of Kabul and not on the Afghan-Pakistan border, where most people would have thought that he was hiding.
So tell me, do you think with his killing, Al-qaeda as a terrorist group is weaker now than ever before?
Well, with all of these leadership decapitations, the succession plan for all jihadist groups are pretty well set in train, because it's assumed that at some stage the Emir is going to be killed. So we just have to take a breath, I think, and let it play out over the next couple of days and weeks until we get a better sense of who's going to take over as the new Emir of Al-qaeda. But the more that these highly experienced jihadists who have decades of experience are killed, it does weaken an organisation, albeit temporarily, until a new person takes over and then establishes his authority. And until we know who that is, it's hard to make a determination about what the immediate future holds for Al-qaeda.
Now, Roger, I'm not sure if you have an answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. President Biden said Zawahiri's death will bring closure to the families of those who were killed in the 9/11 attacks, quite rightfully so. I mean, Al Zawahiri was a notorious terrorist. But what about bringing closure to the families of those who were killed in multiple miscalculated U.S. drone strikes in the region? For example, the most recent one was right before the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, which claimed the lives of 7 children and 3 others, including 1 aid worker.
Yeah, certainly. But we always go to the issue of, first of all, death of any innocent person, should be condemned on its face. But when you're dealing with any kind of warfare, be it conventional or unconventional warfare, there will always be errors made in the targeting process over a long period of time. What we have to determine then is what was the reason that that conflict has begun, and the root cause of the fact that coalition forces were in Afghanistan was the presence of Al-qaeda that was supported by the Taliban at the start. Now, how people determine in their own minds about who's to blame for the death of their loved ones is up to them. I've got no insight into that. How people come to closure about that, again, I have no answers to that. But I think we have to go back to the original reason why US-led coalition forces were in Afghanistan, and it was an attack on US soil on September the 11th.
Rodger Shanahan, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, sir. Thank you very much.